Yeah, I think we nailed that opening. What is up, people? All right, getting back on the machine, on the broadcast. It's been a long time since we rock and roll. Come on. So much is going on. So, what do you say? We get right to it. So, how do I do this again? Oh, my laughs are gone. Where's my laugh track? Complications. There's my laugh track. Come on, people. All right. So, anyways, as I was saying, what was I saying? Okay, we're going to get right to it. We're going to remember how to do this. All right. And we're going to come here and we're going to go like this. Here, we're going to get our brand better, all better. Get that little top thing out of the way so we can see. So this is the I've settled on Zenler, as opposed to Thinkific or those other. So it's going to be Zenler. Here are the courses. Zenler it's really very basic, but every site kind of makes it stupid simple, and you kind of have to get your brain in with their version of stupid simple. And so we got. Can you see my cursor? I don't know if you can see my cursor. We're going to be starting out with Michael Jackson. I'm going to be doing some lives. We got Jack Nicholson. So these are all the courses I'm offering for people to learn how to paint like the greatest of all time. Don't be afraid, because I won't let you fail. We're going to handcuff lightning and put thunder in jail. Come on. So those are the courses that I'll be offering, and they should be live at any moment. And then the next thing is, I've these guys like what's his name, Wim Hof, and all these sort of gurus out there, and it seems like it's forever. I've always been turned off about these dudes, that can introduce you to their program or the philosophy of life, but they can't introduce themselves to like a hairbrush. Why can't they ever look sharp? Why do they always have to be in this sort of, guru ponytail sort of thing? And so I've been sort of, in my consciousness has been this teacher, Indian yogi, Sadhguru, right? And so he's been there, and he's always been saying these incredibly insightful things. It's this huge beard, and he has these turbans, these huge, these big turbans and stuff. And so, just because of my prejudice about, people not wearing sort of a Western garb and still being able to talk enlightenment, because I'm like, why can't you look like Dean Martin and talk enlightenment, man? What's wrong with looking like Frank Sinatra, Dean Martin, Cary Grant, and talking enlightenment? Anyways, so this guy Sadhguru just blew me away with his latest sort of campaign. He's on a campaign to raise awareness about how the soil. It's called A Journey to Save the Soil, and this dude is biking. He's on his motorcycle. He says that in India, when he was a kid, he would he would hit it so hard that the train would stretch, and that after every time he'd be getting gas, he'd be bringing the links together. He'd be taking one link off because the chain had stretched so much. All right. So he's a speed demon. And so he's traveling around the country. He's just left Rome. He's going to be in Geneva tomorrow, and he's coming to Paris. And I'm going to be checking him out. He's going to be speaking at this event. It's free, and I was able to get in there early, so I'm going to check out his thing, and I'm going to be painting a portrait, and I've got some contacts at Cardano, and I've been researching this NFT thing, and I've made this like incredible realization that when because as an asset on a blockchain, Cardano or Rarible or Ether, Solana or Ethereum or whatever rail you're on that offers NFT technology, and all an NFT really is a smart contract on a rail on the blockchain. And what I learned recently from one of these Cardano town halls is that the Ethereum blockchain, when you're like receiving royalties from your music or your art or it's trading, you're not receiving royalties from the smart contract. You're receiving royalties from OpenSea or Rarible. So it's not this decentralized sort of Disney fantasy world that we're all being told that the blockchain is. It's kind of like there are pockets of huge, just like enormous centralization that is emerging. And so the Cardano blockchain is offering these NFT products, and it's a very new sort of entry onto the market. Like as far as like September of last year, they didn't have an NFT offering. Now they do, and so different companies are coming out to offer NFT capability, smart contract capability. And so I've been in contact with these people, and I think this is really the best fit for somebody like Sadhguru. All right, so this dude, man, he's on his motorcycle. All right, check this guy out. All right, so here he is.
The rain and the cold, getting my knees all burned up. Wet roads and motorcycles don't really like each other much, especially something like this, which is nearly 365 kilograms, and it has a lot of torque, so a little bit squishy here and there. But the highways are okay. In the city it was very oily and like that, but it's all right. It's enough range to get your knees really cold, because the knees are exposed to the wind, knees are cold, feet are cold. 6 hours, 6 hours of riding in the rain. I thought just now, when we took a break, the rain took a break. When I'm about to start on, this is like Kaveri calling. Kaveri calling, if I start my engine, boom, it'll rain.
All right, let's give it up. Let's give this guy a hand. All right, so he's crushing it, man. He's crushing it on, excuse me. He's crushing it on social media, right? So he's in Vienna, and he's trying to raise awareness about and so he is jamming. He's like all right, so he just give it up for Sadhguru. So he's I'm a big fan, and I'm going to tell you why I'm a big fan in 1 second. Okay, because here I've known this for the since 2000 and since 2000 and about 13, I was turned on to this sort of clinical nutrition philosophy that we have come to learn in the West. Sadhguru is talking about it in a more of an esoteric sort of way, but it's the same sort of thing. So this is the table, a periodic table of elements. Everything in the universe is made from this, from the TV, from the computer that you're watching this on, to your own body. It's like 100 and what is it? 103. It's 120 elements, I think. It says 103 there, but I think it's like around 120 elements, and this is not conspiracy theory. This is a fact. And do you see all of the green arrows? Okay, all of those green arrows represent a nutrient that our body needs. Now let's get the green arrows out of here. What's the difference between calcium? You see calcium right here, right? What's the difference between calcium that you put down your cake hole and the calcium you see in that chart? All right. Now we're talking about COVID and this and polio and all the infectious diseases. If you can't answer what's the difference between the calcium you stick down your cake hole and the calcium you see in that chart, I am sorry, but you deserve every horrific nightmare disease that you're going to get because you are clueless about some of the very basic science that there is. And the difference is that the calcium you see on this chart is the calcium in its energetic representation. I can see here that calcium has 20 protons, which means that it has 20 electrons. And if you divide 20, it looks like it also has 20 neutrons as well, according to the numbers that you see there. So that's calcium in its energetic form. And see all of those green stars? Those are all the nutrients that every vertebrate on this planet needs. It's all the nails and the screws and the drywall and the concrete and the 2x4s we need to make this house. And if you don't have all of these minerals available to you, guess what? Your house is gonna break down. And it doesn't matter if it's COVID or blah, 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 or polio or AIDS or whatever flavor of the month thing comes around the corner. If your building is not filled with these materials, you're going to break down. Something's going to happen, and that's the way it is. And you see those 3 red stars that anybody out there in farming, NPK. That's nitrogen, phosphorus, and potassium, and those are the only 3 elements that we've been putting in the soil for the last 50 effing freaking years. And we're wondering why how come all the obese people died of COVID? It's just so unbelievably ridiculous. So this is what Sadhguru, this dude, my main man, let's give it up for my man. Okay, so this is what this global movement to save the soil, right? So my man Sadhguru is creating this wonderful, awesome multimedia presentation as he travels around Europe on his motorcycle. This is so cool. A guru on a motorcycle, man. How cool is that? 100-mile journey 100-kilometer journey, 100-day journey from the United Kingdom to India. All right. So here's the plan. Here's the plan. I'm going to paint a portrait of my man. And I don't see anything about the blockchain up there. So I'm going to paint a portrait the way I knows how to do. And I'm going to put it on the blockchain. All right. So we're going to start out there like we just don't care. And we're going to, right, do it like we know how to do it. And so that we can get out of the, there we go. And so that you see over here is eventually going to be here in about 10, 20 hours. And so we start like this, right? And just to get the rock out with the block out, we go to here. That brings all of the, usually go black and white, but such rich, nice color in the skin that I'm gonna match the skin color. And then it's a 20% reduction in definition, 10% reduction. That's a full resolution. That we keep it upside down to destroy the ability to, you know, to overthink it, and then boom. And so I want to, the last thing I want to show you is there, I cut it close like this, and this crop is by design. This crop is designed to capture your attention, and I'm going to show you what I mean really quick. So we can go like this. I think we're done here. We can, yeah, just let that go. This, we're just gonna go like this. Then I'm gonna go look at the, I do this, I get really messy. And then where is my man's little folder? Yeah, usually not this messy. Okay, so this is the original picture. All right, and so in the class that I teach you how to do this. All right, so that the human brain is designed to see faces. Like there's a part of the brain called the fusiform gyrus, right? That when the eyes see a face, it lights up. So we're designed to see faces, and the eyes are designed to see tone. All right. So what we do in, you know, to if you ever wanted to blow somebody away with your portrait painting, first thing you do is you take this, and then in your editing program, I like to get the contrast. There's not like a soup, the very whites in his eyes are white, but what if we could get them a little bit lighter? So you want to get things, you want to bring things, not a lot, but you don't want to wash out the beard. Like this is like way too much, but you want to get a little bit, you want to get so the lightest light is there. So I'm looking at the lights in the eyes, and I'm saying, okay. So we bring it up to about something like this, right? Not too much. And then we could bring the contrast up to bring the value of the light up too. But you just want to do it a little bit, because most times if you're doing a famous figure, unless it's a paparazzi, unless it's a phone camera, you're gonna get a professional photographer that's done most of the work for you. So anyways, you do that, and then you crop. Now, if I crop like this, would anybody care? Right? Does this, right? That could be Santa Claus. Nobody cares. If I go like this, does anybody care? That could be anybody. That could be Bin Laden. Nobody cares. If I go like this, right? All that information that is part of this picture is not affecting the brain in any way, shape, or form. So it's almost useless as far as a portrait is concerned. So if you want to knock the socks of somebody with your portrait painting, you crop it and you try to get the eyes around. So now we're talking Fibonacci. You try to get the eyes in about the third part of the quadrant and the mouth in the third part of the quadrant, right? Eyes and mouth. Now you're looking at it now, right? Now just keep your eyes on it, and when I press apply, just watch how it affects your eyes, and your brain are going to go, yeah, that looks good. Okay? Because it's going to hit you because your brain is meant to see portraits, and it's going to hit you because of the rule of thirds and the Fibonacci sort of rule of design. Here we go. Get ready. Drum roll, please. Here we go. Boom. Doesn't that look good? Doesn't that really speak to kind of like the dude? Right? Come on. We could even go closer. We can even hit it closer. Because that turban doesn't say who he is. The beard really doesn't say who it is. It's the nose, the face, and the mouth. So let's do it again. Boom. Come on. Right? So you could do this with your loved one, anybody you want to paint. Right? That's one. So this is, I'll tell you, that's the picture. That's the picture. That's the picture. Do you see the difference? Boom, 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 boom. So we're cropping that tight. This is what I'm going to immortalize on canvas. We're going to turn this into an NFT. Then I'm going to contact Sadhguru's people and the people at Cardano and see if they want to come together and use the NFT space to help fund his campaign to save the soil. So that's what we're doing, man. We're trying to save the earth. Trying to save the earth here. Did you know when you tuned in that we'd be trying to save the earth? Did you know that you tuned in if you want? We're going to try to save the earth. So I'm going to be at Sadhguru's event in Paris on the 9th. The 9th, 5 days, 4 days. So I got to get cooking. I got to get this portrait finished. So all right, guys, that's the update. Come here. Hope you enjoyed it, and I can't remember the stream that we part on. Ah, there it is. It's been a while, hasn't it? All right, so stay tuned, keep in touch, and we'll see you next time. Au revoir. Oh, shut up. Stop. Tired. I didn't end the broadcast.